Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Terrence Ray. I'm back at you with another stock market update. Um, right now, the market is currently um, beasting to the upside. We got a nice bullish day going on. We got the VIX is down over 4%. Looking over here, right over the left at the watch list, we got the S&P futures um, up at 1.40%. Nasdaq futures up 2.72%, almost three. Even the Dow futures are up today. The Dow had been trailing, but the Dow has turned positive. It's up a whole percent, and the Russell is up a whole percent. So we got a green day. Everything over here, looking at my watch list, is for the most part green. The XLE is relatively flat, which is the energy sector of the S&P 500. And and for the most part, if you've seen the video last week, the market is really like, you know, legging it out right now going into this holiday weekend. If you've seen the video last week, I went over some levels, and just about, if I'm not mistaken, every single level was hit. Um, I talked about AMD. I had a call on AMD. I think I took that off yesterday, and it's still running. I took it off yesterday at like, I think when the market opened up right around 117, 118, I got out. So if you're looking at this chart of AMD, you see that it's been trading in a channel, right? You see like this little channel right here. So you can see from like hitting this top here, down, boom, up, down, up, down, like a false breakout to the bottom side, up. And then we get our move and it exploded to the upside. Now, I have levels. Initially, so when I did the video last week, so here is Monday. No, that's Wednesday, 23rd, and 22nd was Monday. So I did the video last week around, I think it was Friday, Thursday or Friday. So we was right in right here. I think because I talked about the harami that we had. We had a harami. That's an harami right here, where you see this red candlestick, the body of it, the whole candlestick is inside this body. And so you generally, when you get those haramis, you get a breakout either way. So I had my levels on and I said 112 was the 11. I mean, excuse me, was the level. I purchased the 110. It was 56 days. I had this call right here and I paid $7 for it, 705. Currently it's at like 20, 21, right? You can get it. It would have been 3x. I think I got out of it at 1405, right around in here. And it's still going. Hey, you can't you're not gonna lose money taking profits, right? This point, I would rather see a pullback, at least somewhere back into here. If I do get a pullback, I'll probably get back long it again. At this point, my next level, if I shrink this down, is up here at 143. Now, I expect at some point to get a pullback. Um, let me see. Let's look at if we look at if I look at my indicators and see what I got cooking. It is, you can see it's overbought on the RSI. It's like at an 82. It's overbought on the stochastic. So I'm expecting at some point to get a pullback. And at that point, me personally, I may look to add or put another position on if I get a pullback. Now let's take a look at Nvidia. I didn't do a level for Nvidia because I just assumed, like last week, I was like, hey, it's already up. But I was playing AMD as another way to play the AI play, right? So I was like, if Nvidia continues to go up, I'd rather play the cheaper of the two, which was AMD. It had not lagged it out as much as it is right now. At this point, it's straight parabolic. Now, if we go to the weekly chart, this level comes from a weekly chart. And on a weekly chart, now each one of these candles represents a week. So this was last week. Now this is this week. the next level I have for Nvidia is right up here, 427. So, but at the same time, it is overbought. So at this point, you're chasing it. This is the definition of FOMO, right? But if you think that over the long term that it'll continue, because I'm expecting a pullback. That don't mean we'll get it. It could, next week. Hey, they have this debt ceiling. They agree to extend it or raise it or whatever it is they're gonna do. Kick the kick the bucket down the road some more. Any news like that, and we could see that obviously what the market is telling us is that, hey, they think a deal. The market is telling us that a deal is getting done. That's why it's moving like this. At least that's my opinion anyway. And so you got, like I said, next level is 427. You look at this on the day, it's overbought everywhere. On a weekly, on a daily. And so I would like to see, like, I'm hoping for a pullback into here, so then I can buy it. Like, I get a pullback, then yeah, I'll try to get in. I probably would play AMD as opposed to Nvidia. That if you were to buy like a 427 leap option, let's say you gave it 56 days, which I would not do this. 427, you probably had to get this 425. And if you bought it, you pay about 1564. This is the 36 Delta. You double up your money at least if you were to do it and it goes there. I just don't. I'd rather see a pullback, man. I don't like chasing this high. Get a pullback and then maybe go out 84 days and buy it. But hey, that's my level. That's the next one. Like if I gotta if I'm in this trade, my take profit is here. If I can get a pullback into here, somewhere right around in there, I'd get long here, right? Or anyway, I would rather trade AMD. This would be the one I would trade if we get the pullback. Um, I also want to take a look at Netflix. Now, Netflix is another one. I did do levels for this one, and it's right there. I mean, you can't you can't line it up no better than this. You can't line it up no better. Nah, I didn't mean to do that. I deleted it, took it off. I had an intraday level on. I'll show you this is the level I had on last week. Go back and look at last week's video. I was calling out 380. I was calling out 380. And I traded it. I actually had a trade on a call option on in this. I took it off earlier today. Look, right there. You got your wick right there. Now, the next one after this, like I don't like trading past once you get past the 1618, everything after that you know, is gravy because at that point you're looking at extended levels and the next one is right up here at 414. But that is it. I would me personally, I'm out of this one. Um hey, if I get it to pull back a little bit, then maybe I jump back in, but I'm out of this one. But next level is up there. Look at last week's video. I was all over this. Um, I did I did buy some shares in AI. Right, look at it. I did not show this one last week. This is the one I just looked at this today. Um, and one of the reasons why I looked at it, I don't even know if this has anything to do with AI. To be honest with you, it just got the ticker symbol there. But for whatever reason, I have no idea what this stock does. I really don't care. Charts tell it's liquid. It's trading. It traded 49 million shares today, so it's liquid. And on the option side, if I come to the option page and I look at it has weeklies, and if I come to the monthly, I got action. I got thousands of contracts. Bid ask spreads a little wide for this size, not too wide, but if you know how to trade, you can still get something done in here. 10-cent wide. So I own the call out here at 45 days. I sold the call. I did a cover call, bought 100 shares, and then sold this call. Um, Now, right now, it's not working out too well for me. I am up on the trade, but not like I want to be. And that's because the value, they're pumping so much vol into these options. They're pumping vol into it as it's going up. So it's kind of, so what's going on is I'm making money on the shares, but the call I'm losing money on. But at a certain rate, because they're pumping so much vol um into the options, if that makes any sense. So basically, like let's say you bought it when the market opened today. I'd have to go look at my other account to see what price I got in at. But let's just say you bought it $4 ago, right? At 28 or 29, whatever, and you up four bucks. You bought 100 shares, so you up $400. But if you sold this call, I think earlier when I sold it, it was at like two. I think I want to say 233 is what I sold the call for. So that means I did make money here, right? 400 bucks minus the call option that blew up. So it blew up like what, 140 bucks. So you'd have to subtract that 140 from the 400. So you still be up just depending on when you bought the shares, right? But I do suspect, so you look up here, we got earnings next week in this particular stock on May 31st. I'm willing to guess, I'm willing to bet, and I am betting that vol will come out of these options. Earnings will come out and it'll do whatever it'll do. Even if it goes down, I think, even more so if the stock were to go down, you'll see some vol come out. I'm expecting, I could be wrong, but I'm expecting volatility to come out of these options. And I'll probably close out the call side of the option if that happens, and then hold on to the shares. Because, like I said, I got another, it just hit a level and I got it possibly taking out this high. So making it up to 35. And so that's that. And then I have one more other play that I am beginning to build a position in, a long-term position in, maybe depends on Caterpillar. Caterpillar, let's take some, let's hide some indicators, let's hide the drawings, and we're just gonna look at it. When you look at Caterpillar, I was actually yesterday, I was out driving and I went to go see my dad yesterday. And I was riding them down the road, and a lot of times when I'm in the car driving, if I'm listening to a self-help, I'm listening to some type of self-help, like something on YouTube, or it's quiet so I can think. And I'm riding and I'm seeing these caterpillar. I promise you, I'm seeing Caterpillar equipment. Like they working on the roads, they working on, they doing upgrades to the freeway, building buildings and stuff. And I'm looking, and everywhere I look, I'm seeing that CAT, like cat, like Caterpillar, Caterpillar. Like, man. And so when I come back and then I look at the chart and I'm just looking at this, right? So from this, now this is a yearly chart. So if we can go year to date if we want. Look at it from year to date. This is just this year. Look at it. So if you're looking at it and it's slowing down as it's getting to the bottom, almost building something like like a triangle down here. So if I was to we almost got like something like so. I'm gonna take these off. Take these levels off, and we'll just look at it from this standpoint. Just make it look. Let's do it. Make it look easy, and it's almost like a little. I tend to see like a lot of times when you get patterns on stocks and you get them towards the end of moves. Like you get a down move and you start developing a pattern. Now a lot of you start it starts like it's almost like building up momentum. Like it can build up this momentum and shoot to the downside. That's quite possible, right? We got some, and I couple that with this, and I see a little support, right? So you got this gap. Now it could come down and fill this gap, which is okay. That's why I said I'm starting to. This is something that I may be starting to build a position in, right? So buy a little bit as it goes down, buy a little bit as it goes down. Caterpillar pays a $1.20 dividend. So you get paid for holding the stock. And then ultimately, what I'm thinking is I got this up move, this pullback into here, and then it'll start to creep up along with the Dow. So Caterpillar is in the Dow. You got the Dow's been going sideways for a while. So I'm just playing Caterpillar now. I could play the Dow, but I just wanted to play Caterpillar because you know what I seen yesterday while I was driving in it, and I looked over here, and looking at. I got a little consolidation in here, so maybe we can get a little breakout, get a up move, fill this gap, and get up here and fill this gap. So I'm building in, beginning to build a position in Caterpillar. So right now, those are the stocks that I'm interested in. If you would have asked me without looking at charts, you wouldn't think that this is a bullish market right now. Oh, but the charts are showing us, and we're looking at what's going on with the market. The market is moving to the upside, and we're getting a lot of bullish setups. So, I also, which is moving today. I told a buddy of mine, look at it. I had a level on Amazon. It just blew right through it. You see, and I had told him, I was like, hey man, I like Amazon because out of like if you look at Nvidia is already stretched. Like this is a year chart. Look at it. Now, if you come look at Amazon, it's barely hadn't even made its real move yet. So I can take these off. I had to get some more levels. But Amazon hadn't even made, just look at it. So you still got room for Amazon to run. So they really haven't been pushing sand AI like the other stocks have. You got Amazon. Let's look at Google made its move. Um, Microsoft is killing it. Look at this. So out of the major stocks and also Tesla. Look at Tesla in a range. Excuse me, it's been in a range. You can see it's been kind of trading in this range right here, right? So let's look. What if Tesla can break out of this little range right here, this area? Man, look what it can do. So now, with all that being said, I do think that hey, a black we almost it's almost like we do for a black swan event. It's so much bad news out there. You looking at it like, man, how can the stock market be doing this? Well, you gotta think about it. If inflation isn't done and the market is pricing in, they're pricing. I don't think they'll do it, but they're pricing in a cut in interest rates. If they cut interest rates, I think inflation will continue to go up, but the stock market will go up as well. So one of the ways to keep your money from losing so much value is to have it invested in some type of asset. And so here's your assets, aside from houses, things of that nature, but this right here. And believe it or not, you can sell this real quick and get liquid. So it's not a bad place, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your homework, right? But I really am until like now, if they don't raise the debt limit and they do, of course, all of this will be null and void. Like if they come out and say something crazy over the weekend and we can't trade Monday, you will. You can see the mark. You can see the video drop down, but that don't mean that once they get together and fix it, it don't go back up. So I'm watching to see pullbacks in some of these stocks that are stretched, but like something like Caterpillar has been down. So I think got a good risk reward in my opinion right around here. Yeah, you got the same amount to the downside almost as you got to the upside. So you're right there in the middle to make this play. But hey guys, you got something out of this video, please hit the like button. Please share the video with others and let me know what you think. Let me know what stocks you're trading. And with that, I'm gonna be out, guys. Peace.